Hey everybody, it is the March Good Vibe Tribe team call. We have Joe from corporate on tonight speaking to us. Super excited. I always love hearing from corporate just because it's nice to have other coaches speak, but it's also nice to connect with corporate and build that relationship with them as well. I always get good nuggets from them. They know exactly what's going on and it's nice to hear from them. So he's going to be speaking for us today. And I just wanted to quick go over some February Success Club recognition. In Success Club 10 Plus, we had Patty Ackerman, which she is a brand new coach. She had 11 Success Club points and 3 new coaches. I think that was 3. Yes, 3. Kelly Brandt, who had Success Club 10, she's on the line. She also had 3 PS coaches added to her team, which is awesome. Success Club 5 plus Brittany Lang, Sarah Leonard, Anna Rustick, Corey Zelazowski, Victoria Kuhn. Is that how you say your last name? Kuhn? Kuhn?
Keen.
Keen. Oh, well, I wasn't even close.
No, it's okay.
Awesome job. Gabby Serrano, Shondell Hansen, Amanda Rayner, Alyssa Ralph, Heather Gint, and Hannah Moran, is she on? No, okay. And then on the board with 1 to 4 points was Tara Nicholson, Erin McNally, Caitlin Kanzila, Megan Sir, Cassie McKinnon, Lacey Andrashko, Erica Smith, Amy Hine, Jennifer Kinney, Tanya Butke, Erica Segerson Mueller, Jessica Williams, and Matthew Gint. So we had a really good month. It's fun seeing all the names up there, plus like my coaches' coaches and their coaches. So it's just getting deeper and deeper, which I love to see, which is awesome. So, all right. So tonight, Joe is going to talk to us. I just gave him a few topics. He just asked me, what do you think they want to hear about? And I told him, and by looking around on who's on the call, it's perfect. So I'll let you take it away.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me here. I love talking with Teresa. I think she's a fantastic coach. And I do believe like attracts like. So you guys must be a fantastic team as well. And honestly, one of the things that I would love to talk to you about really is unlocking duplication for you guys, okay? We were just recently at New Leadership Conference in LA, and it was so super cool. We got to hear from some of the coolest coaches. Well, I say coolest, but top coaches in the network. Melanie Mitro was there, 3-time top coach. Micah Folsom presented, and then Ashley Smith was actually attending New Leadership Conference last year, and she's now a top 10 coach along with Jamie Fitzpatrick. So what I really want to ask you guys to do is set 2-star as your benchmark, right? As something that you're really pushing for moving forward. Now, here's why. As you push for 2-star, what's going to happen is you're going to have a kind of like a whole new horizon open up to you that you didn't have available to you before. Now, here's what that looks like. You get to open up your second CBC, which might not sound like a big deal, but it really is as far as potential for you to earn. Because let's say you have a runaway leg and you've got quite a bit of volume on your right. You're not really cycling that much because your volume's not too huge on your left. You could sign up that second CBC underneath your left side and begin to build it and, cycle in your second CBC and also cycle more in your first. So it helps you earn a lot more money in the end by getting that second CBC established and built on the leg that you need it. Also, the other thing that's really neat is that by hitting 2-star, you qualify for the 2-star bonus. It opens up an additional pipeline of revenue for you, which is so cool. And then outside of that, you get to qualify, like as long as you get the elite points that go along with it, you get to qualify to go to NLC, which is a game changer for your business, okay? When you go to NLC, it really allows you to see what's possible. It allows you to get a higher level of training, and it allows you to connect with a bunch of other coaches. So as you can tell, I'm kind of passionate about NLC right now because we just got back and it was super, super cool. And we had a fantastic time there. I think it's the best Beachbody event I've been to date, including all the summits. Leadership was actually 5-star requirement. So NLC is really awesome. Let's just set your sights on that 2-star. And I promise you guys, when you get there, it's going to open up potential for you, okay? Now, here's what I see as far as diamond is concerned and your trip from diamond to 2-star. At diamond, I kind of look at it as, something that you can pretty much do on your own, right? I mean, if you've signed up coaches underneath you, you have to have an emerald on either side. But let's be honest with ourselves, like emerald is one of those things that you could legitimately have underneath you in one day. Like a coach of yours could sign up their best friend and, their friend from high school that's huge into fitness, and then their emerald or their mom, and it could happen overnight. However, becoming a 2-star doesn't happen overnight, right? It doesn't getting a diamond underneath you doesn't happen overnight. That actually requires some duplication, okay? So what I'll talk to you about is like coaches who get to diamond, oftentimes will stick there for a while. There's kind of like a plateau. They'll like go from coach to diamond really fast, and then they float along this diamond for a while, maybe a few months, maybe a year. And that's common for us to see because they're stuck in the I do phase, but you can only do so much yourself, right? You can only do so much yourself. To be able to move on to the 1-star and 2-star phases of your business, you have to wrap that we do portion into your team. And that's, how do I get my team to actually be selling challenge packs? How do I get my team to actually recruit new coaches? So what I'm going to ask you guys to do first is master what you can and what you have control of. Because in the end, you don't have control over what the people on your team do. They have to decide to show up, right? But what I will tell you is that as your team begins to build, as they begin to get challengers in their pipeline, as they transition those challengers effectively from customer to coach, your volume is going to grow. You're going to have a team underneath you that's building your downline for you, that are going to be actually creating, all this volume underneath you, which will make, your cycle bonuses bigger, which will help you rank advance, and it'll also help you get those elite points that you may be pushing for, okay? So let's dive into what you can control first and how that can influence your team, all right? So there's a lot of different things that you guys can focus on as Beachbody coaches. Has anybody ever felt like they're being pulled like 20 different directions as a coach before? Anybody felt that way? Honestly, I think sometimes it can be that way, right? And what we need to do is figure out what are the necessities of your business and what are the niceties of your business, okay? So just so you know a little bit about what I do, I get to work with the 3-stars through 8-star coaches in the central region. And that's basically Kansas down to Texas, over to Louisiana, up to Michigan. So I get to work with some of the top up-and-coming coaches in Beachbody. And it's really fun to be able to see what they're doing and how they're building their businesses and help them hit their goals. And one thing that I've seen over and over and over again is that the coaches who are constantly progressing, and the coaches, whether they're an 8-star or whether they're a 3-star that are really crushing their business, are good at focusing on the necessities. And I see those as 4 things, okay? Really, what you need to do is you need to bring on challengers and transition those challengers to coaches, right? And in order to do that, you've got to create a pipeline. And that pipeline starts, honestly, with adding new friends to your friends' pipeline every single day. I know that this isn't groundbreaking information, but as you add friends from the right locations, people that you could see yourself staying at, a hotel room with at Summit next year, right? As you add these good people into your pipeline, then you're effectively adding more potentially great customers and potentially great coaches along the way. So I'm going to ask you guys every single day, if you have less than an hour to work on your business every day, add 5 new friends. If you have more than an hour that you can spend on your business every day, add 10 new friends to Facebook every day, okay? So that's number 1. That's going to help you get more challengers in your pipeline, and that will lead you to getting more coaches in the end. So let's talk about the next step. The next step is the one that I think a lot of people miss out on, and that's connecting, okay? The connecting phase is so important. At leadership, we had Stephen M.R. Covey talk to us about the speed of trust. When the trust people have in you is super high, the speed of your business is super fast, okay? But if people don't trust you, then you're down here. Your business is just creeping along very, very slowly because they don't trust you. They're not sure if they should spend money with you or that you can give them great results, all right? So how do we connect with people and build that trust? The first way that I'm going to ask you guys to do is have 5 conversations at least every single day with people, okay? That could be like, it could start out with something super simple. And this is, if you have less than an hour, do 5. If you have more than an hour, do 10 conversations every day. And it could look something like this. That is such a beautiful dress. I was just looking at one of those the other day at the loft, and I was totally thinking about getting it. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, cool. All of a sudden they're like, hey, that girl has good style and we like the same dress and polka dots are cool. Yeah, and it's fun. And all of a sudden they're like, okay, this person's neat. And then if you just added a person as a friend, for example, and then you went from friend to bam, join my challenge group, woo! Then they're like, block, see ya, they're just selling stuff, right? But if you add them as a friend and you have real conversations, or it could be anything. It could be like, oh, that looks super fun. My kids just went sledding last week too, and they had a blast, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, they're starting to realize you're actually a cool person. The other thing that will happen is you have a conversation on, something that they've added to Facebook. What you'll see is when you post something up now, Facebook connects you, and you're like, okay, Victoria and Sarah are buddies. So when Victoria posts something up now, Sarah's going to see it. All right, so that starts to help the people that you're having conversations with get to know you better as well. So it's so crucial to actually speak with people and connect with people every single day. That is what's going to allow you to go from like friends to getting them into the challenge group more effectively. It essentially takes that distance from friend to challenger and it shortens it and makes it kind of a small hop instead of a large jump. Okay, that's what we're really shooting for. Yeah, so cool, so creepy. You have to be at Facebook to do that. It is actually funny that it works that way, but honestly, you got to get those algorithms working in your favor. Okay, so that's the first one. The second way that you can get tons of people into your challenge group that's so great, and it's really an awesome, effective way to connect with people, that's through hosting a free challenge group, okay? That's going to get that trust level way up with you. In fact, my sister-in-law just got an all-access challenge pack last month because of a girl she goes to church with was running a free clean eating group, and my sister-in-law joined and was like, oh yeah, Joe's lost some weight with Beachbody. And sure enough, she joined this girl's free clean eating group and then ended up becoming a challenger. And she's lost 20 pounds already. So I'm like, way to go, Jesse. That's awesome. That's the goal, right? Is we need to get that trust up through these free groups. So it can be a free group to free clean eating. It can be a free water challenge. It can be a free crockpot challenge. Whatever it is, you want to add value to that group and let them see how cool your culture is on your team, okay? What we offer it through Beachbody is amazing fitness results through meal plans, workouts, and peer support, okay? The peer support is what you guys bring to the table that so many other companies lack, okay? You walk into a GNC, they've got a ton of cool, awesome products there for nutrition. You walk into a 24-hour fitness, they've got personal trainers and workout programs and Zumba classes and all that jazz. But they don't offer the peer support. It's the full enchilada, man. Like what you guys give really gives people amazing results. So giving them a little bit of that in the free group is going to help them see the value that you offer, and they'll realize when they're in there that that's what they need to get great results as well. So anyway, the free group's another awesome way to connect with people. I would recommend that you get that free group attendance up, all right? 50, 60, 70 people into that free group. And the nice thing is all they're committing is their own effort and time to get results that they want anyway, right? And then from there, you can say, hey, look, if you love this group, wait till you actually get into my challenge group. We're going to have amazing meal plans, amazing workouts, and even more peer support. And the results you're going to get are going to be phenomenal. And by that time, they're going to trust you. And again, it's going to make that jump from friend to challenger just a small little hop. Okay, so that's connecting. So I have 10 conversations a day if you have more than an hour. If you have less than an hour, have 5. Number 3 is the invite to actual challenge groups, okay? How many of you guys are scared of the invites? Anybody a little bit freaked out about invites sometimes? I think we all are sometimes, right? When we ask somebody to join something and they don't join, we feel like, okay, that sucked. Nobody wanted to do it. Or maybe I'm not good at this whole coaching thing. Or we start to guess, second guess ourselves. What I'm going to just tell you guys to do is get that freaking monkey off your back. It has nothing to do with how good of a coach you are, has nothing to do with your invite. What it has everything to do with is people's propensity to change. Okay, when you ask them to join a challenge group, they have to change their lifestyle. They have to pay for, a product that, that wasn't in their schedule. And then they have to actually do, eat different things, do different workouts. And it's a tough sell. Okay. And even outside of Beachbody, any business knows that you need to have 5 to 7 invites for somebody to actually purchase your product. That's just an industry standard. So you as new coaches, you're probably like, oh, somebody said no to me. And it's like, lift that chin up. Don't give up. It's just the first step in the process. Okay. So if you invited somebody to your free clean eating group, cool. If they said no, that's on them. If they said yes, fantastic. Same with the challenge group, right? There's 3 different invites that you can be doing. Invites to the free group, invites to challenge group, and invites to coaching. In the beginning, you're going to have to do more invites to the free group because you might not have a full pipeline of people who are ready and trust you to join the actual challenge group yet, right? Once they've gone through your free 7-day free clean eating group or free fitness group or whatever it is, then talk to them about the actual challenge group, right? Invite them to that. And they very well may say no that time. Get them in your next group for next month in that free clean eating group. Build that trust up with them even more. And who knows, they'll probably say yes the next time you talk to them. So just understand, I'm actually curious, how many of you signed up as a Beachbody coach the very first time Teresa talked to you? All right, see, that's kind of telling. Nobody that I see on this call joined the first time, yet you're all still here. You're all still here because of the follow-up, right? So so I'm going to ask you if you have if you have an hour or less, do 5 invites a day. If you have more than an hour in a day, do 10 invites a day to free clean eating, actual challenge group, or coaching, okay? After that is the follow-up. This is the last step. And honestly, the fortune really is in the follow-up. As you guys can tell, you're here today because of the follow-up, right? Teresa just wasn't like, Kelly, Gabby, Brittany, Chelsea, they said, no, I'm moving on. You know what I mean? She followed up with you later and said, hey guys, just following up. I'm having a new challenge group, blah, 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 blah. And you'll never know what people say, right? So I'm going to ask you guys to mirror however many invites a day you're doing, mirror that with your follow-ups, okay? So if you're doing 5, do 5. If you're doing 10, do 10. But make sure you're getting those follow-ups in. Otherwise, the potential you have is just slipping through your fingers. It's just running right through your hands, okay? So let's make sure that we're doing those follow-ups every day. Now, those are the necessities. Those are the meat and potatoes of your business. Build trust with people, create those relationships, add new people into your social media pipeline, and then do your invites and your follow-ups and get them going in your challenge groups, okay? Once you're there, what I want you guys to do, honestly, is this. If you're really serious about this business, I want you guys to write down when you're going to be doing your Beachbody hours, okay? When are you going to be working and when are you not? How many of you are moms on this call? Any moms there? Okay. I'm a dad, not a mom, but I know how it goes with kids, and kids don't understand schedules that much, and sometimes it can be difficult to stick with the routine. But what I will tell you is you consistently focus on the right behaviors, you will be aligning yourself to rank advance, to earn more income, to help more people, to really go out there and make a huge difference. But you have to be effectively working on the right actions consistently. As that happens, you're going to be aligning yourself to get amazing results. And honestly, it's destined for you to achieve your goals if you're aligning yourself to do that. If you show up every single day, it's not a matter of if you hit your goal. It's just a matter of when you hit your goal. because you're focusing on the activities that are going to be pushing you there, right? It's almost like you're on a plane. When you consistently show up every single day, I don't know if you guys have traveled, but when I was traveling back from NLC, there's like a little map and it shows where you're at and it shows where you're going. And if you're pointing yourself in the right direction and you consistently show up every day, it's like that little plane is just slowly moving to your destination. That could be 2-star, that could be elite, that could be making $2,000 a month in income through Beachbody. It could be whatever you're pushing yourself for, but we need to make sure that we're aligning your actions with where you want to go, okay? And it really starts off with your time management. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is every single week at the top of the week, write down, okay, honey, when are you going to be home? When are you not available? When do I have to be working with the kids? What is your schedule? So then you know when your spouse is going to be there, you know when you're going to be there, you know when you are available to work and when you're not available to work. So just write that down at the top of every single week, because field trips happen, kids go and get days off from school. You've got all these different things that will throw your routine off. So every single week, write that down and then start with the necessities first. Once you're done with the necessities, then you can start working on the niceties of your business. What I will challenge you guys to do is spend about 80% of your time on bringing on new challengers and transitioning those challengers to coaches, okay? And then from there, you could be spending about 20% of your time on team management, all right? But it all starts off, like I said, with being the good example. There's a location, I'm from Southern Idaho, and in Southern Idaho, they have this river that runs through the countryside. It's called the Snake River, and it's really windy. And up in that area, there's a bunch of sheep herders that have sheep that go out there and graze on the grass and all that stuff. And what you'll find is there's 2 different types of people who take care of the sheep. There's the shepherd and there's a sheep herder, okay? And they do things a little bit different. The sheep herder pushes from the back, and they have a stick, and they kind of like, hit the sheep and push the sheep forward from the back. The shepherd leads from the front, okay? And the sheep follow the shepherd. Now, here's the thing. When the sheep herders get the sheep to the river, they have to cross small bridges. And in the wintertime, they not all of them are able to get on the bridge because the sheep herders are pushing. Some of the sheep fall into the river, and it's freezing, and the sheep die, right? The shepherds, on the other hand, lead from the front, and the sheep know exactly where to go, and there's not this chaos you find with the sheep herders, right? What you guys need to be, honestly, is you need to be the shepherds in your business. You need to lead from the front. And as you lead from the front, what will happen is the people on your team will know exactly where to go. And when they hit obstacles like the bridge and they have to go over, things like that, you're not going to lose your teammates, because they're going to know exactly what to do, because they're going to see you doing it, and they're just going to follow suit. But if you're pushing from the back and trying to get them to do things that you're not doing, it doesn't work well, and you'll lose people on your team. Okay, so we need to show up every single day and really let these people know how you run your business. Share your time with them. Say, okay, here are my business hours today. This is when I'm going to be working. This is what I'm going to be doing. And then all of a sudden they know. It's like, all right, I know exactly what Chelsea's going to be doing. I know exactly what Gabby's going to be doing. I know how she gets challengers in her challenge group. And that's going to really help them move forward when you are working with your team, okay? So I'm going to ask you, write down your business hours, understand when those are, and send them over to Teresa so you have an accountability partner, okay? Once you've sent them over to her, stick with them as well as you possibly can. It will move your business forward, I promise you. Know as well, share with your team, know when your free group is going to be. Share that with them so they can invite to it. That was a tip that Melanie Mitro shared at NLC last week. She was like, look, when your team is just starting, they're not going to know what to do at first. They're going to be startled by like creating their own challenge group, by creating their own free group, by doing all these things, and just say, hey, on the 3rd week of the month, I do my free group. On the 1st week of the month, I do my challenge group. And that starts over every single month. So they know exactly when to invite their people and what to invite their people to. So make sure that you have like a very clear picture of when you're offering activities for your team, whether that's a free group or an actual challenge group. All right, so we talked about how to get people in your pipeline, right? We talked about, getting these challengers in your challenge groups. The most important thing I'd probably say that so many coaches miss out on is how to transition those challengers to active coaches. If you can figure that out, your business will grow in a big time way. And your rank advancement will happen. Your volume will grow. All of those things that you're really looking for will take place. But it's just a question of, how do I get my coaches my challengers to transition to active coaches, right? If your coaches are active and they're selling challenge packs and they're recruiting as well, you're going to be in a fantastic spot. So let's talk a little bit about that. When you're in a challenge group with these people, you have to let them know what the expectations are. You need to be prepping them for that next step. So all of a sudden, again, it's not a huge jump from being a challenger to a coach. We want to make it a small hop from challenger to coach, and you'll have a lot more people transition effectively, okay? So here's some tips that you can utilize and think about in order for that to actually take place. One, set the expectations with them. Let them know, in my challenge group, here's what we do. And what I would ask you to do is get them to interact with each other and support each other as best as you can. They need to know that the reason why we get amazing results through Beachbody is because of peer support. And if they want to have amazing results in their challenge group, they have to be showing up and supporting each other and helping each other stay accountable and encouraging each other. And you can even create like a point system where it's like, look, guys, if you log your workout and you log your shake, that's worth a point. If you post up an encouraging post, that's worth a point. If you give each other shout outs, that's worth a point. Whatever it is, you can create this system, and then you can do raffles or giveaways or just straight up recognition for the people who've done the best in your challenge group with those behaviors. And if they stick with it and support each other, they will get great results. But here's the cool part. As they get great results, their confidence level and their trust in you will grow. And their trust in themselves, frankly. If they don't trust themselves, they're not going to take the next step. Most people don't join as Beachbody coaches because they think to themselves, who am I to be a coach? Nobody's going to listen to me. What do I have to offer? But if they actually have confidence in themselves, they'll be ready to take the next step. Okay? So that peer support really is going to help them with that confidence. It'll help them get better results. And as they have better results, they'll be setting themselves up for success as a coach. Here's the other cool thing. When they're supporting other people in the group, you have ammo in your camp all of a sudden to talk to them about and say, hey, look, Sarah, I've been watching you in our challenge group, and you're very motivational for all the girls in the group, and they love your posts. You're super funny, and they respond very well. I think you're a born Beachbody coach. Plus, you shared your transformation, or you shared your fitness journey on social media, and everybody's super inspired by that. I think you're a shoo-in to be an amazing coach. And all of a sudden, they're going to look at you and they're going to say, you're right. Because you gave them really tangible reasons why they would be good. But if you're just like, I think you'd be great, then it's like, yeah, you're just saying that because you're nice and you want to make me a coach, right? But if you have real reasons why they'd be phenomenal at being a Beachbody coach, then all of a sudden, it's just, again, a smaller hop to get them from challenger to coach. One of the things that coaches utilize in order to do that is they'll ask them to, at the end of their journey, at the end of their challenge group, they'll say, okay, post up your fitness journey on your personal page for more points to win in the drawing or whatever it is. Just ask them to do it, even if you don't have the points. If you ask them to do it, you'll be surprised how many do. Okay? Especially as you fill their emotional gas tank up and be like, oh my gosh, you've done so amazing. Then they'll be more prone to share their fitness journey. That's just one more reason why they'd be great at coaching. And they'll also see how inspiring they actually are to other people when they post that up. A lot of people think nobody's going to care about me, but when they post that up, you'll be surprised. Another thing that Micah Folsom shared is she'll ask, has anybody noticed your transformation? And that's a really good one. She knows that they've already had a transformation first. She doesn't ask the people who aren't doing the workouts, who aren't taking the shake. She asks the people who've stayed consistent. And when they've stayed consistent, the results come. And here's the thing. When she asks that, she does it intentionally because she knows people will have noticed. And there's nothing that fills your gas tank up like somebody saying, hey, wow, you look fit. Teresa, what are you doing? That's amazing. You look great. And that comes from outside independent sources. It's not just you as their coach telling them they look great. It's other people verifying basically what you're saying and all the other people in your challenge group are already saying. And it just makes it more real for them, all right? And then their confidence level goes up again, okay? So those are some different techniques that you can utilize to transition them to coach. But you have to actually ask them at some point in time. You can't just expect them to just say, yeah, I'm going to transition over. This is going to be great. Some people might be brave and want to do that. But you need to kind of set it up so that they can see why they'd be good and really set them up for success in the beginning as a challenger. And if they're successful as a challenger, you're going to be lining yourself to transition them effectively to coach. Does that make sense? Okay, good deal. All right, so as you guys are doing these things, really this isn't a super complex business. It's not easy. It's not easy to do all of these things, but it's not rocket science either, right? We need to help people get amazing results, fill them with confidence, and then help them help other people. As your coaches are going out there and selling challenge packs and transitioning their challengers to coaches as well, your business is going to thrive. You're going to grow, and you guys are going to change lives of thousands and thousands of people. And what I will tell you is a mentor of mine told me this, and he would say, find a need and fill it, find a wound and heal it, and you'll be a rich person. In this country, we've never had a need like this before. This is the pinnacle of people who need our products. There's never been a time in the history of the world or a group of people that have needed Beachbody more than we do now. The social expectations to look like Barbie have never been higher, but where we're actually at has never been lower, okay? So there is pain out there, and there is a need to help people feel better, to help people look better, to help people feel more confident, and we can provide that. The biggest thing is just really figuring out how to deliver that to other people. So let's focus on the necessities. Let's focus on, connecting, building relationships, inviting, following up, all those types of things first, and you will see your businesses grow. And then just make sure that with your coaches, you're helping them set their business hours and focus on the necessities as well. As they stay consistent with that, I promise you guys, you're going to see your business thrive, and you're going to help tons of people along the way. So that's what I got for you guys today. Teresa, I'll turn the time back over to you, but if you guys have questions, we can do that, or if we want to just wrap it up, that's fine too.
That was awesome. I have a quick question that I've been asked by many coaches throughout, for the last 2.5 years. What with the free groups, which I think are awesome, it's a great way to get people started, get them, used to what a challenge group is. How do you transition from that? It seems like such a higher leap into a paid group if you're not just doing a paid group right away. And another question would be, what if you let someone in your free group that maybe drinks like isogenics or something else because you're convinced that they will maybe want to join you or whatever. Any advice to people who struggle with like their, I guess, audience being on something else, if that makes sense?
That's a great question. My sister-in-law was on isogenics before she joined the free groups. So she's kind of a perfect case study. She'd been talking about, she's like, I do like isogenics, but I don't see the results that I see from the people I'm following on your Facebook page, Joe. And I was like, that's because it's not the full solution. They just have part of the solution. We offer peer support, and we also offer physical fitness. So I would just be confident about leading with the results. All right. And when you've got people in your free group, you have to make it what am I trying to say here? Engaging. You have to make sure that people are posting there and they're showing up every single day. As that's happening, the results they're having and the amount of support they're getting will be greater. But if it's just like, this is my free group, and you just post a recipe there every single day, it's not going to be engaging like they need it to be. All right. So I would recommend introducing the point system for asking people to post things up. Post up a picture of your, how much, I don't know, how much water you wrote down that you drank every day on your whiteboard, or post up a picture of your clean meal that you prepared today, or whatever it is. Like, post up a motivational post into our group and you'll get points. Christy Lyons is a coach that I worked with in Texas. She used to be a 1-star I worked with when I was in the West. And she's now, I think she's 7-star, and she has 2 elite coaches that are formed underneath her along the way since like a year and a half ago when I used to work with her, right? She totally leads strong with the free clean eating group. And she runs competitions like that where she'll provide cool content like recipes and helpful information if it's just a water challenge about how good it is and all that stuff. And they get points for posting motivational posts of their meals, picture of their workout or whatever it was. And then she'll do giveaways. They're just small giveaways, and she does them from Amazon Prime. So she'll say, okay, like, if you get so many points, you get an entry into a drawing. And as you get an entry into the drawing, if you win, then you get like an Amazon, or basically a prize. It could be like a water bottle or something small. It's usually like $5 to $7, and she'll do a prize every day. But granted, she has 100 people in her challenge group, her free clean eating group, or her free water group, or whatever that is. So she'll do it for 7 days. So like $5 times 7 is $35 she invests into this free group, but it keeps people super engaged. And every day when she does a drawing for the people who got points or did whatever they're supposed to do, she has like a collage that's like 5 different gifts that you can get for winning the drawing. And they're, like I said, all under $7 or whatever it is. And they're all on Amazon Prime. So she just gets their address, and when she gets the winner, she just shoots it off. She doesn't have to go to the post office. She doesn't have to stock any items. And she just shoots it directly to them, and keeps people engaged and makes them have fun, right? And as they're having fun, the results will happen. And as they feel that peer support that they've got, and they feel like they're part of like a group that's going to help them hit their goals, they will join your actual group when they actually see the value of your free group. And not everybody that's in your free group is going to join your actual challenge group. That's just the way it is. From what I understand, she gets about 20% of the people in her free group transition to actual challengers. In her first month, it wasn't that high, because sometimes people have to go through 2 or 3 free groups before they will join in an actual challenge group. So if you think about it, 20 coaches will buy, or 20 customers will buy challenge packs from her every month if she's got 100 people in her challenge and in her free challenge every month. That's a ton.
For a super small investment, the $35, you would make that back easily with one customer joining you.
Yeah, one all access challenge pack, $70, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's pretty phenomenal. So really, what I will tell you is that if you utilize these groups, Melanie Mitro uses them, by the way, also. I mean, she uses free groups with her coaches. It's a duplicatable system. Your coaches can use free groups. Their coaches can use free groups. Not everybody that you recruit is going to be like this fitness rock star with like the perfect bikini body and has got this crazy Instagram following. Like, you can't rely on those people to build your business all the time with. If you get one, fantastic, right? That's all good. But you need to utilize duplicatable systems that everybody can do. Like, when Melanie joined, she was just a mom. Like, she was just a normal mom like anybody else. She didn't have a crazy social media following. She wasn't this crazy bikini model. She was just like, she was, in decent shape, but she was just a normal mom. And what she did is she created highly duplicatable systems, and she also created fantastic time management for her and made it so her team could also riff off of that and create their own time management setups. Now, if you guys can do the same thing, your team will thrive. You will change so many people's lives, and you will also make a fantastic income by doing that. But it's just really a question of making things duplicatable for your team. Like, you need to be able to help them hit Success Club through selling challenge packs to their customers. And then you need to help them transition those customers to coaches, right? Just look at those ways that you can make getting them to the next phase a small hop instead of a large jump. Running those free groups is a great way to get them from your friend to get them to be actual challenger. Have confidence in what you do as well. When you're confident that you will bring results to people, and you will, they will come, right? It shocks me sometimes, like, I'm going to throw some of the people over here at corporate under the bus a little bit. There's a lot of people who've undergone cosmetic surgery. You know what I mean? And the reason why is because they know that the results are solid, right? Right? If you're going to get a breast augmentation, you know there's going to be a definite change. There's no question, right? How many people would you get in your challenge group if they knew for sure that they would lose 20? You would get so many people. Guys, this is a perfect time as well. Right now, people are like, holy crap, I just booked my vacation to Disney with the kids for the summer, and I really don't want to wear my Minnie Mouse t-shirt to the beach. They want to wear the bikini. They want to look great, right? You can help them do that. Now is the time. Now is the time to go out there and say, look, guys, who wants to be ready for summer so you can be rocking that bikini once July comes around? And you have to show that confidence that you can help them do it. Show the results. Utilize those types of things. Like, honestly, Carl talked about this last summit, I think. Create a binder of just people that you've helped through your challenge groups. So when you're talking to somebody and they're looking into what you're doing, post up a post every once in a while where it's like, obviously get the permission from your challengers, right? But post up a post where you're showing the results that people have got, so they know, wow, this is like legit. That's why I work here, to be honest. Like, a buddy of mine was like, hey, Joe, how would you like to come work at Beachbody? And I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I was like, tell me about it. And he told me about Shakeology, and I was like, how much does it cost? Like, that's crazy. And then he was like, just come to a Super Saturday and check it out. So I go to a Super Saturday, and the MC's kind of, you lost over 30 people, like over half the audience up, and I'm like, holy cow, this is amazing. This product works. And then all of a sudden, all of those like concerns with the price and all that stuff gone. Why? Because I knew the results were concrete and that people were getting amazing products. So lead with that. And that trust level will grow in you with your friends on Facebook. And they'll understand that you do have a lot to offer and that you can help them. If they truly believe that, getting challengers in your challenge group is a problem. It's going to be transitioning those challengers to coaches and helping them do the same thing, right? But confident and help them with real value in your free group. And even start up with them. Like, Christy will start and she'll say, look, I offer actual challenge groups where you get meal plans, fitness products, the best meal fitness products and peer support. And we're going to be focusing on clean eating. And they do other types of groups. And then at the end of the group, she'll plug the actual group, and she'll usually make it like a week later so they can think about it and really kind of figure out what they want to do, get money together if they need it, and then she'll crush those actual challenge groups. So anyway, just think about ways that you can make those jumps a small hop from friend to challenger and from challenger to coach. I would recommend using the free groups to get there. Build trust with the people that you work with, and they'll take the next step. And as you do that, just focus on helping your coaches do the same thing, right? Be the shepherd and help the people on your team also be successful in that regard. And you'll have the world at your fingertips. It'll be phenomenal. So any other questions?
I don't. I'll look for, I know there's point systems shared, and I'll pull those from the different groups I'm in and share them in the Good Vibe Tribe so we can tweak them and use them in our groups, because I think that's such a good idea, just to get them interacting. And I don't know, that just sounds so much more fun than just posting their workouts and their shakes.
For sure. And if they post motivational stuff along the way, it will help other people who very well may need that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I could say something that wouldn't mean a thing to Jennifer, but it might mean the world to Anna. You know what I mean? And as they post motivational things up, they can help each other in many ways that you just by yourself couldn't. So I believe that we're stronger together as a group. That's why masterminds work really well. That's why challenge groups work really well. And you guys pushing together as a team will help you achieve things that you might not have been able to achieve on your own as well also. So anyway, I appreciate you guys having me on the call today. I apologize for getting on a little bit late. I hope that it was worth your while and you guys got some serious value out of this. Just another plug for 2-star. Once you get to 2-star, the nice thing will be for me, selfish reasons, is once you're 3, I get to work with you, right? So you open up that second CBC, get it to Diamond, and then I'll be able to help work with you and help mentor you and help you build your business. So I'd love to see you guys as well at NLC next year. So let's just put that on your list of things to rock out. And honestly, it will expand your horizon as a coach in a big time way.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.